What's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, KeysDAN Show with some news. U.S. bans new goods from China due to forced labor allegations. The Department of Homeland Security recently announced the ban of imports from a Chinese steel manufacturer and a Chinese maker of artificial sweetener due to their alleged involvement in the use of forced labor from China's Xinjiang region. This decision falls under the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, which aims to counter products linked to human rights abuses from entering the United States. Robert Silvers, the Undersecretary of Homeland Security for Policy, emphasized the government's commitment to eliminating forced labor from U.S. supply chains and upholding human rights values. This move represents the first time that a China-based steel company and an aspartame sweetener business have been targeted by U.S. law enforcement. The U.S. government's decision to expand the enforcement of the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act reflects a shift in the country's trade relationship with China, taking into account national security and human rights concerns. The Chinese government has denied allegations of human rights abuses in Xinjiang, labeling them as lies and defending its practices as necessary for combating terrorism and maintaining stability. Since the enactment of the law in late 2021, the U.S. has progressively broadened its enforcement efforts to include various sectors beyond the initial focus on solar products, tomatoes, cotton, and apparel. The addition of companies like Baowu Group, Xinjiang Baiyi Iron and Steel Company Limited, and Jiangsu Gangui Food Ingredients Company Limited to the entity list highlights the ongoing efforts to address forced labor and ensure ethical supply chains. Overall, the U.S. government's actions demonstrate a commitment to holding entities accountable for profiting from exploitation and abuse, while emphasizing the importance of human rights in trade relationships. The enforcement of the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act serves as a means to promote ethical practices within supply chains and address concerns regarding forced labor in Xinjiang. What do you think about all this? How has this affected you? How do you think it will affect you? Stick around. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. KeysDAN Show. Peace. I'm out of here.